Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is AK Anarchy, and I finally got another commentary for you. I know it's been something like 4 or 5 weeks or something, but I finally got around to commentating this gameplay, and it's a really great gameplay. It's probably my best game of Black Ops and my favorite game of Black Ops that I've ever played, and that I'll probably ever post on YouTube, or for a long time at least. I know that after my montage, things kind of slowed down a bit, but I've been having a really busy week, and it's just been kind of hectic trying to get videos or anything done. I've been trying to do a little bit of editing, but I've been also been trying to organize getting Adobe After Effects, and just crew is started. I've just had all sorts of stuff going on, so you haven't really heard from me in a very long time. If if you're still subscribed and you check our videos regularly. But I finally am back after the montage. I took a bit of a break, and now I'm back, and hopefully I'll be able to put out a few more commentaries than I have been lately. So I'd just like to explain what this is. As you can see, it's Domination on Jungle, and my score is incredibly beastly, and I'll wait for the end to show you guys that. It's amazing score, best score that I've ever gotten, and the great thing that I like about it is that I got it playing the objective. So, I mean, it's just really, it's one of my favorite games that I've ever played, just, like, as I've said already. So what I basically tried to do is I immediately hopped on the B flag, if you remember, like a minute ago or so, and tried to get that double capture for the team, because once you get a solid double capture on jungle, with C and B, you pretty much got a spawn trap for the rest of the game if your team is competent. And so that's what I do. I get the spawn trap, and that's where my first death comes from. I will give you a hint and say I only die 3 times. And so that's where my first death comes from. And but I hop back on the flag, and I manage to get it, and then I spend the rest of the time either here watching over this spot, and kind of watching over B and keeping majority of enemies off, because sometimes people flank around wide, but so it's kind of like a 2-angle position that you have to guard over B. But I kind of consider that a bit campy and a bit reserved, and so I decided I would like to get as far up into their spawn as I could. And I came up to this rock right here, and this rock is great because all you have to do is pace back and forth, and you literally are controlling their spawn if they're still spawning there. These guys weren't the greatest players, I'll admit, but quite honestly, if you're playing against a team of professionals or really good players, then you're not going to get a score like this. It just doesn't work out. So just, enjoy it for the score, and I spend the majority of the game just playing the objective and trying to keep the enemies off of B, and I would say I'm fairly successful. But I really don't want to talk about gameplay. You've all seen all the gameplay, and you know how to play Domination on Jungle. This is nothing new, but the score is new, and I wanted a chance to talk to you guys again and do another commentary. So basically, I wanted to talk about a kind of not so recent experience that I had, but one that it was a while ago, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it, and I never got a chance to do it in a commentary. But over winter break, if you can think back three months ago, or 2.5 months ago, I went hunting for the first time with my uncle. And we went deer hunting. My uncle's brother has a wide open property of I don't know exactly what the number is, but like 10 to 100 acres, something in that range. Even though that is a big range, something in that range. And he had an extra deer permit. And so we checked all the legal things, and I was legally allowed to deer hunt in that area, because there was a kind of a special season going on, because in that area there had been a huge number of deer-related car accidents, and basically they were allowing the does to be hunted just because they want to try to reduce the herd, to reduce the number of car accidents. And so basically what we decided is, because I'd never gotten a chance to shoot a rifle with a scope before, my uncle said he would love to take me out, and so we went. We drove out there, and we ended up only having to wait for about 40 minutes. We sat up on the top of a hill in a bucket. This is the middle of winter. This is over winter break, and it was very cold. And so we basically went out, we sat down there, and I had the gun on my lap, and we waited. You have to wait for the deer to come out. And my uncle's brother has all sorts of corn and food and feed out for it, so the deer come, like, regularly. he also has a camera set up to, that takes motion picture every time there's some sort of motion. It's a motion sensitive camera. That took a long time to explain, but anyway, so he has one of these cameras, and we know the deer are going to be there. So we just had to give it our best shot and go and see if one turned up. And thankfully, we waited for 40 minutes, and it was really miraculous actually, because with about, I was sitting there actually kind of uncomfortable because I'd had to go to the bathroom for about 20 minutes, so I was kind of eager to get out of there. And well, I asked my uncle, "Hey, how long is left?" Quietly, because you can't speak very loudly for obvious reasons. So I asked my uncle quietly, "Hey, how long do we have?" And he said, "All right, this is our last chance. We have 4 minutes left of daylight before we can't shoot the deer anymore. Because after the sun goes down, it's not allowed. It's part of the special season. Plus, you can't see the rifle scope." So 3 minutes later, deer shows up. And so, we are so lucky. It's a really big deer, and it's about 80 yards away. So, carefully I bring the gun up, line it up, and for the first time ever shooting a scope, I lined up the shot right on its shoulder where I needed it to be, pulled the trigger, and boom, dropped it in one shot. It didn't run anywhere, and it was a great shot. And I was really proud, not of killing an animal, but of hitting the shot. And now, when I told some of my friends about it and put it on Facebook, a couple of people were like, "Wow, you killed a deer, this is wrong." But here's the thing, I really don't agree with that, and that's what I actually wanted to ask you guys. Because some people were saying, this is wrong and you killed an innocent animal, but it's not like it was simply for sport. It was partially for sport because I wanted a chance to shoot a gun, but also we took the venison home, we took the deer home, and we're still eating venison. We're using every part of the deer that we can. We used we recycled the guts for something, or my uncle's brother used them for something, and I'm pretty sure that he still has the fur. Or I mean I was told that we're going to use all of the animal, and so that's what we did. We still have some of the meat left, and we're still enjoying it. It's not like we just went out, "Hey, let's shoot a deer," you shot it and then left it there. That's not how it happened. We went out, and it was a quick, clean death. It didn't suffer. But some people still don't understand, still say this is wrong. And this also confused me because the point of the special season was to prevent a ton of deer-related accidents from happening. Because by reducing the herd, these accidents are less likely to happen. So basically, we're giving the deer a quick, humane death, as opposed to a huge potential of dying slowly on the side of a road, where not only would the deer die, but the human could get hurt too. So it just kind of confused me that people would say, "Oh, this is wrong," when really we're probably preventing a lot more deer from suffering deaths than the number that are hunted. So guys, just let me know in the comments below what your take on hunting is. If you feel it's humane, or if I did a wrong thing or a good thing because I prevented a lot of painful death for many deer. Just let me know. One of my favorite things about videos is that not the views or the subscribers, but actually being able to see what you guys think and respond to that feedback. That's a lot of fun for me. So I encourage you to leave a comment below. I will be reading and responding to most of them. Also, thank you LGU if you posted this. And you'll also see it on my channel. So if you enjoyed the video, I encourage you to subscribe. Thanks for watching.